again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Reverbium podcast. As always, I just realised we didn't properly intro last podcast. We've been away for so long that we've forgotten how to intro, Sean.
What's even worse is I forgot to call you out on not doing it.
Yeah, well,
I'm slipping.
To be fair, it's been a while, but I remembered this time. So, my name's Jimmy. I'm joined by my beautiful assistant, Sean. I'm calling you my beautiful assistant, by the way.
I don't know why.
I don't know why. You're not beautiful.
If I'd actually had my plan work, people would have to confirm the time. In fact, it's not beautiful, but fuck you, iPhones is all we've got to say about that.
Yeah, we are potentially working on some form of video to go along with the podcast, but I haven't got the setup, and Sean is struggling with his setup, so we're going to see how that works out in the end.
But all of my future plans.
It won't be anytime soon, I don't think. But this time, I will preface this by saying, yes, I did go back and edit the article about the Star Wars thing and took out the Willow part. I know, I'm an idiot. Sean called me an idiot before. It's not my fault. They announced it on the Star Wars Twitter between Star Wars news and didn't specify that it was not Star Wars related.
We haven't even started this podcast and you've already got sidetracked or something else.
I'm not getting sidetracked. I'm going back to the previous podcast. You know what? Fuck it. It's still relevant. Disney Investors Call. We're still on the Disney Investors Call. This time, Marvel projects. Okay? Willow might have been a Marvel project. Who the fuck knows anymore? We're just going to do what we did with Star Wars, but we're going to go through with Marvel. It might be easier. We don't know. Fantastic Four. That's the first thing. And that's the biggest thing. They're making a Fantastic Four movie. It'll be directed by John Watts. They'll be joining the MCU finally, and hopefully we might not get a shit Fantastic Four movie for once. That's all I want to say, really. We've had our shitters. From
Jimmy right there.
What?
Marvel, we're calling you out if you want to defend yourself.
No, Marvel didn't make the previous Fantastic Four movies. Fox did.
Shh.
Or Sony.
Anyone. Okay,
no,
Fox.
It's Fox.
Anyone who wants to come on and defend the old Fantastic Four films, anyone who's in it, come on.
To be fair, the last one, the one that everyone hates the most, the one that didn't have Chris Evans in it, the first half of that movie is great. The second half is dog shit.
Shots fired from Jimmy right here.
It's not really shots fired. I think didn't the director got done for like masturbating in a movie theater or something? I don't know. Anyway, or it was just that I may have made that up. Do not say I was not. This was a joke unless it was true. I'm not trying to slander insert name here because I don't know his name.
Sounds like you are.
No. This is satire. It's not. WandaVision. Yes, that will be coming out soon. It was announced ages ago. We've already had a trailer from it. We've got another trailer now, which you can check out at Reverbium.com, and that will feature Wanda and Vision, Scarlet Witch.
Oh my god, really?
Vision. Yeah.
What? I wasn't ready for that. That took me a surprise how that is.
And it will debut.
Couldn't tell from the name.
It will debut, Sean. Guess when?
Well, reading from the Reverbium website, I can tell you that it started streaming on January 15th.
Yes, it does, Sean. Very soon, less than a month, or maybe
on everyone's
exactly
favorite Disney Plus.
Enough. On everyone's favorite Disney Plus, yes. And it will kind of be mystery sci-fi filled adventure. We don't really know. It's
going to be sci-fi. I didn't expect that one.
It doesn't.
But the guy
have
who has
to
a
be
magical
fucking...
crystal in his head, wasn't expecting sci-fi. And a woman
really...
who can use her mind control powers. Wow, it's sci-fi.
She's a witch.
I thought it was going to be a documentary.
Well, there's more fucking genres than... You know what? We're not even continuing. This is just a troll. This is an attack on my life. You know what?
I'm
One
doing,
Division
I'm
looks
doing
good.
the trolling
It
in the
looks
podcast
good.
so people can't troll in the comments. I'm saving. I'm saving. You
Yeah,
here.
Shaun, you are my troll. I'm just trying
If
to
I
carry
troll
along
you,
the podcast
then
here.
there's
It's
nothing
hard,
for people
okay?
to.
It's hard. The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is also coming out early this year, March 19th to be exact, on Disney Plus. You know, we love to
Disney
see
Plus.
it.
Oh wow!
There was also a trailer
Didn't see
for
that one coming.
It looks really interesting. Not much else to say. We've already had this announced. It's not a new thing. If you want more, look back at Reverbium. We've got articles on it. We've got previous trailers or news or whatever for all these Marvel projects. But anyway, another big announcement. Not Disney Plus. Wow, Shaun. Are you excited?
Not Disney Plus? No, I don't want to hear it. If it's not Disney Plus, I don't want to hear it. That's all I came here for, Disney Plus news.
Everyone's favourite, Hot Ones, Paul Rudd. Lost's Evangeline Lilly, or The Hobbit if you want to be fun. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer all return alongside newcomer Catherine Newton, who will be replacing the previous I forgot what the actress's name was, but she played Cassie Lang in Endgame, and she was from what we saw was pretty good, but she got replaced, and there was a whole thing about this.
Obviously not that good then.
Well, no, like the whole point was that
GPU shots fired.
There was nothing. There was nothing. I think Catherine Newton's a bigger name, obviously, because I can't remember the other girl's name.
So if
I feel bad.
Whoever you were, if you want to defend yourself, come on, podcast.
She's not going to come on now that you shot Shaun. Say it.
Yeah,
satire.
Defend herself.
Say satire.
Defend herself. Now she's got to come and defend herself.
And the big one, yeah, Jonathan Majors will be playing Kang the Conqueror, who is supposedly going to be the next Thanos level big bad in the Marvel Universe. So yeah, and this movie will be called Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantamania. You know, the third Ant-Man movie. I hate the second. I like the first mostly. Let's see what they can do. Peyton Reed will also be returning to direct this movie. And that's all we've got at the moment for that. Are you excited, Shaun, for more briefcase carrying action?
So I'm on the edge of my seat to see what Paul Rudd can chase around a city for 2 hours.
God, I hated the
it's
second
thrilling.
movie.
Absolutely thrilling. Maybe it's his hot wings. Maybe
did we
it's his
tell
hot
the
wings. He's trying to
podcast
get back.
Did we tell the
podcast? Sean Evans.
Did we tell the story in a previous podcast?
Yes, because we spoke about our favourite
was Adam here
superhero films.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah,
yes, because
when we spent most of the time trying to find his phone underneath the cinema seat.
Yes, thrilling,
and it was more exciting than the movie. But yeah, moving on. I hope the next Ant-Man's pretty good. It looks to be like certainly more interesting than the second was.
I don't see how it can be less exciting than the second one. Literally, if they make it worse than the second one, I have no words.
I'll be very disappointed.
If I'm honest, I'll probably be more excited if it was less entertaining, because I'd love to see how they did it.
You know
I would stand up and give them a round of applause, because that truly would be amazing for them to be able to do
that. We'll move on. Tom Hiddleston will be returning as Loki in the Loki series on Disney Plus. Wow. From May 2021. There was a trailer out. It looks interesting. I think they revealed it to be a sort of mystery thriller series. You know, they're doing what they were doing with the Star Wars series, where everything's sort of a different genre, and they did explain that. It'll be continuing straight on from Endgame, where he escaped in the past with the Tesseract, I believe. And we'll be going from there. Watch the trailer on Reverbium.com for more info. An interesting series, which is an animated series, which will be What If? Which is a series basically detailing what if scenarios in the Marvel universe. So I think one of the major ones is if Agent Carter actually became Captain America, but it'd be Captain Britain, I assume, and like instead of Steve Rogers. So like it will be different scenarios. The trailer, there's also a trailer. Go on Reverbium.com and watch it. It looks interesting. They seem to be bringing Marvel Zombies into it as well, which might be pretty cool. Yeah, coming summer 2021. Not much else. Watch the trailer. A lot of returning actors and actresses will come back and voice act their roles, like Haley Atwell, and I think Samuel L. Jackson's coming back. So yeah. Marvel also announced the cast for ShangChi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which is the next movie coming out in July 9th. They have a direct date. July 9th, 2021. They're not that far away.
So Marvel seem to be doing a better job at these announcements because they're actually giving dates.
Yeah, they did.
Out.
They really did do a better job. They also had like mini articles, I think, attached to each tweet to give more details. But I'm not going to open everyone here, so I don't really want to butcher all these names. So I want you to go on Reverbium.com and check it out.
Or you could just put the picture on this podcast so people can see.
I could do that
as it comes up.
Yes,
put some work in.
I will
get
do
the visuals going.
I will do that, Sean.
Oh my god, Sean, you're so smart.
You're a fucking genius, Sean.
Why are you not the brains of this operation?
I'm sorry you had one good idea. Next. Miss Marvel got announced as well with a sizzle reel. And they showed the casting footage of how they casted. I think her name is Iman Vellani, who will be playing Kamala Khan in the series, and that will be a live-action series coming to Disney Plus in late 2021, and will also be a sort of Miss Marvel will also be featured in Captain Marvel 2, which was also announced, and will be bringing back Brie Larson. And will also, I believe, have a small crossover with WandaVision through Tiona Paris, I think her name is. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Another series that I'm also excited for is She-Hulk, which will be bringing back both Mark Ruffalo's Hulk and Tim Roth's Abomination, which... I mean, Abomination has been missing for a very long time, and they really need to do something with that, and I'm glad they're actually bringing them back. It will be directed by Kat Koro. Don't want to, but I just butchered her name. It's a shame.
You really should have looked for these names.
Anu Valia. They're really weird names. Okay. Well, I mean, they're just directed.
Way to be mean to people calling them.
I've got a really weird name as well, okay? And Manchester United are losing. Sure, Manchester United are losing 1-0 to Sheffield United.
That's amazing. I'm so happy.
This is really I've derailed.
We interrupt this podcast for breaking news.
Now you know exactly the time when it goes 1-0 in the United game. I'm sad. All right, Orphan Black's Tatiana Maslany will be starring as Jennifer Walters or She-Hulk, whichever persona you want to say, and that is it. I don't know if you have an opinion on either of those series, like Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel, or She-Hulk, but they are going to be a thing.
So not particularly, but obviously it's great that they're moving away from the conventional superheroes that we've been seeing.
It's nice
to see some new, fresh ideas.
Yeah, it's nice to see more female-led roles as well.
Yeah,
should have done it a long time ago with Black Widow, and we're still waiting for that to come out. So
we will forever be waiting for that to come out.
Anyway, moving on, Moon Knight is the next series, and it has been, I think, long rumored, or Moon Knight was meant to come in ages ago, but just they never did it. People wanted a Netflix series, and it never happened. I think they're finally doing it. There's pretty much no information known except for Mohamed Diab, who is going to be directing the series. And a description, I'll give you a quick description. It focuses on the character of Mark Spector, who is Moon Knight, a complex vigilante who suffers from dissociative identity disorder. These multiple identities who live inside him are distinct characters in the series and will appear against the backdrop of Egyptian iconography. And apparently it's going to be action adventure, so a different genre from what we've been seeing. Could be exciting, could be a bit like Marvel's Batman, you know, something like that. We might be seeing something along those lines. Another one which has been described by Marvel as being the biggest crossover event they've ever done.
That's somehow. A brave call, that is.
That is
a brave call. They have done some big crossovers.
I don't actually remember if they said it's the biggest TV crossover event or if it's the biggest crossover event. But they definitely said biggest crossover. So it will star Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury and Ben Mendelsohn as the Skrull Talos in Secret Invasion. Not much is known about it other than it's coming to Disney Plus and will involve a secret invasion. Probably something to do with the Skrulls. There's also Ironheart, which will feature Dominique Thorne as Riri Williams, which is sort of the spiritual successor to Iron Man. And it will sort of follow that. You know, she's a young inventor. She'll sort of be the new Iron Man, probably for the next generation. I wouldn't be surprised if you see her in like the next generation of the Avengers, filling that role. I don't know if she'll be a big character because I don't think Ironheart is huge in the comics. I think she's relatively new, like Miss Marvel. But it's nice to see like that they're mixing things up and adding a bit of new and the old. And I think, oh no, we've got a few more left. We definitely have a few more left. But this one, and I want your opinion on this. Don Cheadle's War Machine will be returning in a Marvel's original series called Armor Wars, which is described as a classic Marvel story about Tony Stark's worst fear coming true. What happens when his tech falls into the wrong hands? What's your opinion on a War Machine series?
Okay, first of all, the way that's described, that should have been the Iron Man films. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, they should have. Yeah. Well, I mean, back then, I feel like Marvel. I've had this argument before, but Marvel had their formula, but now they're starting to branch out more, and they're starting to like their stories are becoming less formulaic and more in depth. You know, they're doing full series. You know, they're doing more with it. They're not doing what they were doing with the Netflix series, which was like, yeah, they're connected to the MCU, but we're not going to acknowledge them at all. We're not going to do anything like this, and then we're going to cancel them out of nowhere. Now they're actually doing things that could be interesting. While we're on this as well, and while I remember, there was also a lot of Spider-Man news. And
I was going to say, if you didn't bring this up, I was going to bring this up at the end. Because it wasn't as part of these official announcements, but was happening at the same time.
We can just say it here, because it's in my head, and it relates to what I was going to say. We'll get to the major parts in a bit. But there are rumours that Daredevil will be appearing in the Spider-Man series, which would make sense because their characters do have like a sort of connection. And we will, you know, hopefully see some of the Netflix series come into it a bit more. But the major news, and I'll let you handle this because I've talked a lot. Go ahead.
Well, I need to get this wrong. Who exactly has been announced? Because
there's a lot of rumors. What was it? I think it was Alfred Molina.
Announcements mixed with. So it's the two villains have officially been announced.
Jamie Foxx and Alfred Molina. I think his name is Molina. Who were Electro in The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man 2. One of them wasn't acclaimed. One of them was highly acclaimed. But it wasn't Jamie Foxx's fault for Electro. I feel like he did what he could with the character. And apparently they may be coming back. I think Dr. Octopus is confirmed. I'm not
Both
sure.
of them are confirmed.
They're both confirmed.
I thought both were confirmed. It's the corresponding actors of the people who played Spider-Man in those films that are rumored and not confirmed.
Yeah, well, it's not just them as well. Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Kirsten Dunst is also rumored as well. All these people, former Spider-Man, may be coming back in Spider-Man 3, which is allegedly going to go into the whole multiverse thing, probably connected to Doctor Strange, I think they announced.
Doctor Strange is definitely confirmed for the film as well.
They did confirm Doctor Strange will be a part of that. I think they did confirm that in the call though, so it's still relevant. But yeah, that's some Spider-Man news. We won't linger on it too long. A lot of it's just rumor at the moment. So if there's more, we will.
But the Spider-Verse is happening.
Yes,
we won't linger on it, but the Spider-Verse is happening.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, the Spider-Man MCU series for me has been not hit or miss. Both the movies have been okay, but they've not been top tier. And I feel like this could push it to top tier if they really get their story down, really do something interesting. It
is very much dependent on the story though, and it's not just here's everyone, and it's just a clusterfuck of them just trying to somehow fit everything in when it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah,
which people have done before on things like this, where they've tried to combine things and it's just go, here's everyone, here's no substance, enjoy it.
One of the other projects that is being worked on, and it's something James Gunn was very excited about because he really wanted to do one ages ago, and that's the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, which will be coming out in 2022, just before Guardians of the Galaxy 3 comes out. Guardians of the Galaxy 3 will reportedly star the other cast, the current cast, alongside 4, I think, because of the end of Endgame. I think he goes off with the Guardians, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, I haven't seen Endgame in a while. So, yeah, should be exciting. I'd expect possibly 4 to also be in this, but we don't know.
It might just end up being at the start of the film sort of thing, maybe, and then he fucks off. I doubt he'll be in the whole thing. That's what I would say.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll be. He is now part of them because obviously we have the new Thor film coming out anyway, don't we? So
we will get to that. Don't worry.
Sorry, apologies.
Next bit of news is some more Guardians of the Galaxy news, which is a series of shorts, which is probably the equivalent to Star Wars' A Droid Story, which is going to be I Am Groot, which will follow Baby Groot. It will probably be more of a younger audience, but we don't know. They could bin off the kids and just say all of this is adult shit. Who knows?
Well, hopefully they'll take the route of Star Wars Clone Wars, where it is a kids series, but there is enough there for the adult fans to enjoy it as well.
Oh yeah, people get beheaded in Clone Wars. There's shit happens. You never know.
But it was primarily aimed as a children's series.
I think I Am Groot will be sort of like Baby Groot messing about on the ship, sort of like a mini comedy sort of series, because they're just shorts. They're not long episodes, so we'll see with that. But anyway, the big important news, which we're going back to Thor: Love and Thunder, which is that former Batman star Christian Bale will be portraying Gore the God Butcher in the movie and will be the main villain, or will be a villain. They don't say the main villain, but he will most likely be the main villain. And that movie is set for May 6th, 2022. So we have a release date. I don't know if the release date was known before, but it is known now. Very interesting.
I don't remember knowing the release date, but
yeah, very interesting casting. Not much else to say because I don't think we know much else. What's her name? Is it Natalie Portman?
Yeah. She is in the Thor films, so I'm assuming that's who you.
She is returning. Yeah, she is returning. That's the other news.
No,
I didn't actually write that down, but I remembered it in my head. She is returning. There was speculation that she wouldn't come back because I think she fell out with them after a woman was meant to die. I think it was Patty Jenkins, actually. May have been set to direct 4-2, and then she got let go, I believe. And then after that, she was just unhappy and left, and they weren't paying her enough money or something. I don't know. I might be talking out my ass here, but she fell out of love with them.
Wouldn't be the first time.
But she fell out of love with Disney because of that, and which is why they did the stuff in like Age of Ultron where they said they broke up and stuff. I think it was in Age of Ultron they did that, and she never appeared again. Now she's coming back. We'll see how that turns out. And we are on to our last bit of news. It's probably the news that I'm most excited for. I don't know if there might be a stretch, but I really like the character of Hawkeye, which is played by Jeremy Renner, who will be returning to star in the series Hawkeye alongside Haley Steinfeld, who will play Kate Bishop, who is like the future Hawkeye sort of thing. And I think Hawkeye is long overdue some love. Ever since Age of Ultron, he's been a highlight of many things that he's been a part of. Do you like Jeremy Renner? Do you like Hawkeye? Are you indifferent?
A bit indifferent. Obviously, I think in like the Avengers films and like the Marvel films previously, he's probably been very overshadowed by the other bigger characters. So it may turn out that something like this might help a lot because it will just be him and won't have all those other big names that will actually be able to just have more from him as a character.
I hope we get like some sort of flashbacks to his exploits during like the 5 years between Infinity War and Endgame, because that was like where
so
like,
we got a little glimpse, didn't we, during the films?
I think his character name, because he wasn't Hawkeye at the time, I think his character name was Ronan. I'm not sure. I don't think they explicitly say in the movie, but it'd be good to see like that sort of vigilante style. And like I know a lot of the series will probably be him teaching Kate Bishop and like them coming across some sort of villain. But yeah, the additional cast will also star Vera Farmiga. I forgot how you say her name. She's a big actress. Frafi, nice name. Alakwa Cox as Maya Lopez. And will also be episode will be directed by Rhys Thomas and the directing duo of Bert and Bertie. Very nice names altogether. I think it says here that it's also set to debut in late 2021. They have already started filming it. I'm excited for it. I feel like it could be one of the highlights of like this drop if they do it right. Because like Hawkeye could be that character that, you know, we've known for ages, but they never really like. He's had his moments, Age of Ultron especially, some things with his family later on in the other Avengers movies, but he's never been given the love. Like he's the only character that doesn't have a movie in the main.
So I think
Avengers.
So he's just a victim of how many characters there were. They just couldn't give everyone all that screen time. So somebody was going to have to sacrifice during the films, and it just happened to be him. So
happened to be him and Black Widow until they decided to finally do Black Widow. But yeah, that's all on our Marvel and Star Wars news from before.
So basically, if you have Disney Plus, you're stuck paying $5.99 a month for another 2 years because you're going to want to watch these things. If you haven't got it yet or didn't want to be getting it yet, you might want to think about getting it. Because there's plenty of shit you can come and watch with them. Or there will be plenty of stuff you can watch in the next 2 years. A lot of it looking very interesting and could be very good.
I know for sure that I will.
We are in no way affiliated with Disney or Disney Plus.
Yes, Disney, please give us a paycheck. We need something. Sponsor us. Sponsor the Reverbium podcast and our 10 subscribers. But yeah, all exciting times. We've gone through everything. make sure to check out Willow. That's the only thing you ever need to watch. Fuck Star Wars and Marvel.
because you didn't know what it was. You're now a Willow stan.
And now what will I? I kind of want to watch the movie now. The old movie now. You know, the bad thing is I have heard of the movie. It's just like when you put it in there, because I know Warwick Davis from Star Wars. That's how I knew him. So when it was in the tweets, I just don't think about it. I'm going back to Willow. It's giving me PTSD. My PTSD is going to be fucking Willow.
I don't think it helped that like the picture they used was very much in the same
it's
theme.
The same thing. Yeah.
It was very much the same colours of like the Ahsoka one, and
it threw me off. Let's just say that.
What was it? I can't remember what it was, but yeah, it was very much in the same style of all the Star Wars things they announced.
I'm sorry I delivered fake news to like the 10 people that read the article. My apologies. It has been amended as of the 17th of December. A couple days or a week late.
So if you were able to see it before, well done.
It doesn't change.
You can hold that in your heart the rest of your life.
It doesn't change the fact. Doesn't change the fact that Willow is still going to be coming out. It's just no longer a part of the article because it's not Star Wars related. But we move. All right, like, subscribe, comment. As long as you're not a YouTube bot, because those are the comments we keep getting.
Oh yeah, they're the only comments we get. No, I do not want to find.
Yes, we're gonna end the podcast. United scored. United scored.
Please, everyone, comment instead. Comment instead calling Jimmy a fat neek.
No, call Shaun a fat neek. You know what? No. We're friends, Shaun. Call Boris Johnson a fat neek. Hashtag fat neek. Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, you're still a fat neek.
Okay. You know who's the real fat neek? Thor is a fat neek. He was a fat neek in the.
He was a fat neek, but we loved him as a fat neek. He was our fat neek.
He was our fat neek. We'll live with that. All right.